Hey guys, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Yeah! I hope you're doing really well, and today, as you'd have read by the title, I am telling you my top 5 must-see movies. Now obviously these aren't going to be for everybody because movies are personal preference and some people enjoy different genres to other people. For me, I am not a horror person, so I will not watch horror unless like someone forces me to. But I'm more of a comedy person, so most of these movies are comedies apart from like a couple, so yeah. So I'm giving you 5 movies because sometimes, I don't know, it's really cool to see like what other people like watching and their all-time favorites. Yeah, so I just wanted to tell you mine, and maybe you like these movies too, or you haven't even seen them before, in which case please let me know what you think because I would love to see if you love them too. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so these are in no particular order because it's too hard. How can you compare, like how can you order movies that are so freaking different and say like, yes, this is the best? It's like, no, they're completely different, they're all so different. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to say them in no particular order at all. I will give a little disclaimer though. Harry Potter is my favorite thing of all time. I have chosen not to include Harry Potter's in this because that's like a whole other realm of its own, but I love Harry Potter's, so if you haven't seen the Harry Potters, get on it. My favorite one is probably like the 5th one or the 6th one. Yeah, they're all really good. And yeah, I'm really excited to go to Harry Potter Studio in London, which I'm sure you will see in one of my vlogs when I get back from Europe. With that put aside, I have written down my movies. So, movie number 1, I Love You Man. Now this movie is with Jason Segel and Paul, Segel, is that how you say it? And Paul Rudd. I absolutely love this movie because, well, those two are like my favorites. I really enjoy Paul Rudd. I think he's great. He's really funny, and yeah, it's basically about how this guy has no friends and he gets married to this woman and she realizes he has no friends as well. He like wants to prove her wrong, I guess. And so Paul Rudd meets Jason Segel, and Jason's a real loser but like pretends to be cool. Like he puts on a persona for sure, but he's really like deep down troubled and all that. Really funny film and I highly recommend it. One of my favorite comedies, and I swear I can't see that movie enough. So yeah, definitely one of my top 5. Movie number 2 is Get Him to the Greek, which stars Jonah Hill and Russell Brand. This one is pretty inappropriate, so all you kiddies, maybe don't watch this one because mum and dad will not like me. But everybody else, it's basically about Russell Brand, who is a pop star, and he kind of went off like the charts. He didn't release any good music for a while. He was heavily into drugs. His wife is crazy. She's also a famous actress, but I forget her name. And it's basically about Jonah Hill he works for a music company, and it's his job to get him to do this gig for the music company to kind of boost up the music company's sales and to promote them a bit more as well. So they both have different motivations but both come together for a common goal. Russell Brand, being Russell Brand, is a difficult character. He is not easy on Jonah Hill at all, and they go through quite a ride together. It's a really good film, and yeah, definitely in the top 5 as well. Jumping into more serious film, my recommendation number 3 is Prisoners. Now this stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is like, love Hugh. Love you, Hugh. This film I did one of my year 12 English assignments on, and I compared it to Taken. It is not at all like Taken, but I guess because like the premise of the film is that Hugh Jackman's daughter gets abducted basically, and Jake Gyllenhaal is a detective and has to try and find out who abducted it, but Hugh Jackman thinks he's not doing a good job and takes matters into his own hands and creates quite a bit of drama. This is kind of like a thriller drama movie, crime movie also. It's really, really good watch and really intriguing, and I like when I watch it for the first time with people who haven't seen it before. I like saying to them like, oh, who do you think's done it? Who do you think's done it? Because at the end, I mean, well, there's always plot twists, so get keen for that one. But yeah, definitely check that movie out. Prisoners, good watch. Movie number 4 is a all-time classic. If you haven't seen this movie, I'd be pretty surprised. One of my favorites as well. So it is Crazy Stupid Love. So this stars Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone. There are quite a few big names in there actually. Oh, Steve Carell as well. He's another lad, love his work. This movie is about a twisted love story where there's a bunch of couples getting together, and in the end they're all kind of connected in a way. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but yeah, it's a really, really great film. Ryan Gosling is a hunk in it as per usual, but his character also has a lot of development throughout the film. At the start you start kind of judge him and be like, yeah, he's a dickhead, but by the end of it you can really empathize with his character, and also realize he's a good guy. So yeah, and it's funny how the tables turn. Like he becomes a good guy and other people become not so good when in the beginning you think they are. It's a really good love story and you follow different characters' stories, I guess, and paths. So you get to kind of indulge in a few different stories and it's not just like following one thing. Obviously it all comes together in the end, but individually, yeah, it's really interesting. And yeah, it's a really good film. It's also, it's like a rom-com. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a rom-com. It's not a drama. It's definitely comedic, but I wouldn't say it's like, you wouldn't sit down and be like, oh, I'm gonna watch this really funny film, Crazy Stupid Love. Like it's not like that, but it's more just like, hee hee hee. Okay, movie number 5. And this isn't last, this is just because I've saved it till last because it's so good. Anyway, so my 5th recommendation to you, which I hope you have seen because my god, it is funny and it has been out for a long time, is Blades of Glory. So this stars Will Ferrell, and I forget his name, but he played Napoleon Dynamite in Napoleon Dynamite. Those two are the leads, and it's basically about male figure skating. It is definitely a comedy, and they take the piss, and yeah, Will Ferrell and this guy are pitched against each other until one day something happens, and then they have to work together. So it's a really funny film. Oh my god, like I've seen it so many times, and it cracks me up every time. It's just so silly, and sometimes you just want to watch a film that's silly, you don't really have to think about. That's definitely this film. Really quality watch. It's on the same kind of vibe as Dodgeball, but like completely different. So good movie. Anyway, those are my top 5 recommendations. I hope you've maybe learned a thing or two and maybe want to watch a new movie of your own. I know how much it sucks when you run out of recommendations and you run out of like things to watch and you think you've seen everything good under the sun. I'm like that at the moment. Like I'm like, oh, I've seen everything, there's nothing new, and like I just want some of these classics to come out, but I don't know what's happening. Maybe like every story's been thought up, but I'm desperate. If you haven't seen these movies and then you end up watching them by my recommendation, I would love to know. I love when people do that. I know people who have done things or bought things that I've recommended, and that is super duper cool, so please let me know. Also, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any other video ideas for me, chuck them down in the comments below, and yeah, I will see you guys very soon with another video. Thank you, bye!